Many people have added their voices to what is happening here in Stilfontein, where thousands of illegal miners are expected to still be sitting there underground. We are told by some that they are waiting for government to rescue them. However, government has in many instances said they deny the fact that there are thousands of illegal miners who are still underground, and they are also denying that they might be trapped underground, saying that they, out of their own will, decided to not emerge from underground and come to the surface. And we heard also from the civic organizations such as Sanko, which said that the operation by government is actually taking forever and people might die underground. So they also said that there are chances that when government says it's going to retrieve people from underground, it might end up retrieving bodies instead of people who are still alive. And we also heard from a civic organization called Mining Affected Communities United in Action, who are also saying that they are worried that there are delays. However, one must also indicate that when we arrived this morning at Shaft 11 in Stilfontein, we found a crane here. We understand now that it was lowering a camera down that shaft so that government can then see for themselves how many people are there, if that's what they are doing, but basically just to ascertain themselves with what's happening underground. We also saw many people coming here. Families of those who are still underground are saying that they would like to see those who are underground emerging or being retrieved from underground by the authorities. And somebody even said, even if they are dead, at least they would bury their loved ones. Even if they are to be arrested, they will check them in different prisons. But for the fact that they are still underground, mothers are asking themselves as to what they are eating, because they on the surface have something to eat. And the last time, according to police, that food and water was sent underground was the last Saturday. So they are the community members are complaining that that has been, you know, for a very long time. Those people might have run out of stock, if you may, and they might die of hunger and you know, the fact that they do not have water. And some we hear that have been asking the authorities to give them antiretroviral, such as one of the medications that they mentioned there. So there are many things that are happening here. But we also saw today the oversight bodies coming through. Human Rights Commission, even though they did not speak with us, their investigators are on the ground. But on top of that, we also saw the Portfolio Committee on Community Safety in the provincial legislature also coming to Stilfontein just to get clarity on what's happening here. So we are now going to speak to the chairperson of that committee, Freddie Sonakile. Freddie, thank you very much for making time to speak with us. You have gone there and you said earlier that there are a lot of things that are happening and many people have to respond. Your DMRE, your police and other departments. Please talk us through that.
Yeah, we decided as a portfolio committee that we believe this thing has been ongoing for quite some time. So it might be time as a committee to come and see for ourselves and get progress of work that has been done. So in the morning we had a briefing with the police where they briefed us from when they started here, what has been done, the statistics and all that. Indeed, as a committee we have concerns that we raised, but we will have another session because we would want this operation to end. We would want all those people to be retrieved so that after that we can be able to ask questions and get answers. Questions that we'll be asking will speak to different departments like your Home Affairs. We would want to know, because if you look at the statistics and the nationalities of the people who are here, it's 99% foreigners. So it talks to your issues of border control, border management, and some of them have been found to have either committed a crime in South Africa before, so they're back in South Africa again after being deported home. Your DMRE has to answer to issues of your rehabilitation of mines. If you find that the mechanisms that they've been using to rehabilitate are not working, because they are saying these people are blasting these things off to go in, they should have realized that that's not working. Why not come up with other plans? You know, issues of intelligence. If you can have more than 1,400 people, and this is the number that we are talking to of people who are out now, we don't know how many are still in there. If you can have 1,400 people coming into a town, getting in there, no one picking it up, you know. So there's a lot of issues that needs to be answered. But the report that the police gave us, it showed us that there's a lot of work that has been done. That is why we're saying it's quite bigger than us, because one of the questions that we asked as a committee was, where are the kingpins? Why are you not getting them? Because for as long as you take these ones who are like laborers who have been hired to do the work, they can get new ones tomorrow who will come after this operation and do it again. So those are questions that we're going to be asking. But based on the work that I can share now, that the police have shared with the committee, they say that there are people of interest, there's work that they are doing. So we took comfort in the report, but we also wanted to understand the role of all other departments, you know, because when there's a crisis like this, it needs a multidisciplinary type of team. You'd want to know what the role of health becomes based on what the minister said, that you'll need prescriptions and whatever. They need to say in an instance like this, because it's not a normal instance, what mechanisms they can put into place to can get that information, you know, your social development on issues of food and whatever. So there's a lot of things that needs to be answered to, but we will await the right time. But we are concerned as a committee.
Now, there's also an issue of extortion. Police saying there's somebody who demanded 30% from one of the contractors who was working in clearing this site. Have you heard about that, and are there other issues that you have heard which are untoward?
Yes, we did. They briefed us in detail since the morning up until now at 1 when we came here. We heard about those issues of extortion. We heard about people who have claimed that some of the people who were in there are their family members, but there were no links. You know, so there's quite a lot. We heard about what their intel has been giving them towards all this time, you know. So that's why I'm saying, I think with time, once all work is done, everyone will take appreciation of the work of the police. It's unfortunate that they got to bear the brand on everything of food and whatever and all that, but we need to start taking mandates to where they're supposed to go and start holding people responsible for their part, because I would believe on their end, they are here, they are doing all they can, but where are the others? And that's the question we'll need to ask.
Thank you very much, Freddie, for speaking to us. Freddie Sonakile is the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Community Safety in the Northwest Provincial Legislature. But let's bring in Fanon Mwema Offense Mwema from the EFF. He's part of that committee. So there's a call by some that police must just close this thing and let those people die. Is that how we do things in SA?
Well, in South Africa we have a constitution, and all of us, we subject ourselves to that constitution. And in terms of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, in particular Chapter 2 of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, necessarily deals with the right to life, and every citizen has the right to life, and no one else has a right to can actually terminate a life of anyone without any due cause. So as the EFF, our position is quite clear that those people who are there, the government must first and foremost, they have identified that there is actually an ongoing criminal activities. So they must go there, rescue those people, make sure that they get them arrested, and also they face prosecution and ultimately serve their sentences or whatsoever the restorative approach, the prosecuting authority will come to the determination thereof. So as the EFF, we are not agreeing that people must just be killed on those bases. But our interest in the main is that if you are to just even say people must be killed, first and foremost, among other things that is discovered is that there are young kids who were found in the first group that was discovered from this particular mine, and the possibilities that some of them, it was through child trafficking, they were taken there under duress, they were forced, they went there under against their will. So some of those determinations must be made, investigations must be made, those who must face prosecution must face prosecution, and so forth and so on, without necessarily saying people must be killed, without actually coming to a proper investigation.
Yeah. So let's talk about the work of government in instances such as this. This, we're told, is an ownerless mine. Some say it's just a disused mine. Some say it was sealed at some point. But wasn't government supposed to be proactive in ensuring that people do not get access to mines such as this, to shafts such as this, where they would go underground? And sometimes what they do here, we are told, even spill off to communities where people are being robbed of their belongings and stuff like that. What's your take on that?
Well, our government is very negligent, even in terms of regulating local trade. They are very negligent. Hence, now you are in a situation where we are not certain whether this mine was sealed or it was never sealed. Was there rehabilitation in totality or not? So the mining, they come, even the official mines, the legal companies, they come, they mine, they can leave at any point they want to leave without government holding them accountable to check out whether they comply to all the regulations that deals with local trade. So from time to time, we see our government being negligent when it comes to issues of this nature, particularly when it comes to business. Investors, they come, they do as they wish, particularly in the areas of mining. Hence the situations of Zamazama. In most cases, these things happen where there was initially a mining, and then ultimately, because they lost interest in the remaining resources, they leave. And then those who worked in the mines before, because these people, they come with some a level of expertise. They have some skills in terms of how to go about this thing. So this tell you that these are people who were retrenched once upon a time and so forth and so on. But where's the government? You can also locate those people, ensure that they actually give them jobs somewhere else, and they have some sort of job security and stuff like that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Offense Mwema from the EFF. He's a member of the Portfolio Committee on Community Safety in the Northwest Province. They came here to do their oversight as the committee, and that basically summarizes our day. That's how the day has gone here. We know that we will be monitoring the situation here, and we also know that police are stationed at this shaft, which has been declared a crime scene. Many people are not allowed to go there. Even the oversight committee itself could not even go there. So from us in Stilfontein, is back to you in studio.